Anyone expecting anything positive from Buhari this year is wasting his time. Adebanjo, welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. Chief Ayo Adebanjo, national leader of the Pan-Yoruba socio-political organization, Afanifer, speaks on his expectations in year 2022 under President Muhammadu Buhari's administration. He also shared his thoughts on Electoral Act Amendment Bill, restructuring, ending security, and other issues. Temidayo Akinsoyi bring the excerpt. The Buhari administration has asked Nigerians to respect a new price regime of petroleum products in 2022. What is your reaction to this? He replied, I told you back in 2015 when Nigerians voted for change that a man had no clue. He was just beating about the bush. You're wasting your time if you're waiting to get anything positive from Buhari's government. But sincerely, I'm going to say this. I don't think any miracle will be done. Not that I am being pessimistic. No. I'm being hopeful. But with judging from the 6 years that we have spent under this administration, it's more like you should know now. A miracle will not happen. No miracle will happen. Every day is not Christmas. A miracle will not happen. Coming out to say that you expect more from them, sincerely, maybe for you, but for Nigerians that have been saying the way things have been going, how they've been going back and forth, very indecisive on certain issues and all of that, you tell yourself that no, now you should know what those people have in store for us. Of course, they came out and gave us what they have in store for us. They came out last year and they said, oh, the petroleum products will actually they removed the subsidy on it, which means the price will go up. Apart from that, they also came out to say that they are going to be towing some federal roads. So I think that is what they have for us. More gnashing of teeth and more crushing economic condition. Let's continue the news in detail. He doesn't understand the problems of Nigeria, not to talk of solutions to them. You first have to understand the problem before you decide what you are going to do to solve it. He is clueless and he does not listen to advice. You see, his reason for coming to office was to Islamize Nigeria and to pay back those who removed him from office. He wants to take revenge on all those who have done him evil. He's not fair to the country. All you zigzag programs of development you see him doing are those who invited him to the government. He's just trying to appear to be democratic. He's not. I do not waste my time. What promise has he made that he has fulfilled? So people are just wasting their time. I've told you to pray to God to send him away from there once his tenure finishes. Nigerians are going through a hard time due to increase in prices of commodities. Do you think Nigerians will be able to cope if the situations persist? There is no solution. He replied, there is no solution to Nigeria's problems until Buhari goes away and the country is restructured. That is all I know. Everything depends on the government of the day. Everything depends on the leadership. This country should be restructured before talking of any election because the final thing lies with the president. Now they have passed the electoral bill and instead of signing that bill into law, he sits on it. The constitution is still there that gives him the dictatorial power. He is a tyrant. How do you see the amendments to the electoral bill allowing direct primaries to be conducted by political parties to pick their candidate? What are the inherent opportunities? He replied, when you are asking for the opportunities, that is the pretense. We should go for direct primaries. Very okay and yes. It is expensive. That is all. But let the people speak. Don't adopt the system that is prone to corruption, a system whereby so-called godfather lodge voters in hotels and keep them there until they come and vote at a price. All those would go under direct primaries. The only thing that they would be saying against direct primaries is that it is expensive. Expensive to whom? The government or the party. They say to those who are going to conduct the exercise, whatever price the primary is going to cost, it is worth it for democracy. What is your advice for President Buhari regarding the bill? He replied, he should sign it into law, but if he doesn't sign it, he would not surprise me. A tyrant does not aid democracy's growth. Buhari cannot offer what he does not have. He is a dictator by birth, by training, and by everything. Every succeeding Nigerian leader appears to be even worse than the predecessor. Jonathan was seen as evil then, and even Buhari is seen as a worse evil. Nigerians will soon have the opportunity to elect a new leader. What guarantees do the people have of that? It is a system that is corrupt and elusive that produces people like Buhari. When you change a constitution to a democratic one, where there's an atmosphere of freedom, it would not produce a dictator like Buhari. What assurance are there that the country is going to have a constitution before the next election? He replied, we are going to fight for it. I do not expect Buhari to yield to a change of constitution easily because that is his style. So people who expect him to change should know that you cannot get freedom on a platter of gold. Freedom is fought for. This is what most people that want to have it to understand. We are going to mount pressure on him, and the government must know that this should be a democratic one. If the people are determined, civil disobedience will be a forum to use to say, no, you cannot go anywhere, and it is because you are not prepared to make the sacrifice. They will say if you don't want to contest elections, some other people would be ready for it. Who would go there? Who would dare if that's the decision of the people? From what you're saying, are there going to be election in 2023? No. He replied, no, I am not supporting any elections until we change the constitution. I am not saying people should boycott elections. I am saying change the constitution before election if you don't mean any evil. Any lover of the country who loves democracy, who loves good governance, should produce the people's constitution, not run a constitution that was imposed by us, by the military. I have said this many times, but I still want to continue with it. How are you planning to achieve this objective? He replied, I am mobilizing as I am talking, convincing people to put pressure on President Buhari to change the constitution. If not, they should not take part in any election until the constitution is changed. If people say they are not going to take part in election, how can they vote? But some people would say if others are not participating in election, they will do so. Let us see how they can be justice.